guys, it's Robin, RsIslandCrafts, and welcome to my craft room. This is my WiP It Wednesday video where I'm going to show you whatever I happen to be working on in the craft room this week. I might even tell you what I'm going to work on next week. And if you stick around to the end, you might get a little chitter chatter about what's going on within my life. This past week has been a busy one. I was out of the house several days, and those quick little appointments I had turned into 8-hour days. Things that are usually in and out. I ended up waiting at the doctor's office, and I met a nice lady that I was chit-chatting with, and then some extra things just got thrown in. It was just one of those weeks. We've all had them. We know what they're like. So I didn't get to do as much as I wanted to. I have worked a few rows on the shawl. The shawl is still looking gorgeous, in my opinion. I think it's turning out really lovely. You can definitely see how it is slanting now, and this is where it's going to start at the bottom, I believe, and then it decreases up to the top. So it's nice and loose up there, so it has some good stress for blockability. Stopped in the middle of a row because I was just so tired that I just couldn't do anymore. I am on my last skein, which is great. So this one, I'm working it from the outside, so I didn't put one of those socks on it, because in the inside, this wool is rustic enough. Can you see it all that it has? It's got a little bit of a fuzzy little halo to it. So when you're working with this wool, it sticks to itself. So to take it from the inside, it constantly was getting tangled up and stuck to itself. So I just got that little bit of nice enough rusticity. That's a good word for you. It's rustic enough that it sticks to itself. So I just pull from the outside of the ball. And I'm just really careful that I don't leave it laying around where the cats have already laid. The cats do not have access to it, but I don't want to lay it down like on the couch where they lay down all the time. So I'm really careful to put it on. When I set it down to get up to get a drink or go to the restroom or something, I either put it on the very top of the desk or I set it on my stove. That way it's not collecting as much fuzz as it possibly could. It is hanging out in my Snoopy bag that I made. I really like this because I like how it's denim, so it's sturdy. This is corduroy Snoopy, and it goes up on the handle too. So I like that little bit of a thing. The only other knitting I worked on is Robbie George's socks. So far this week, no major catastrophes. We're hoping it keeps going like that next week. This is where I was last week, so I did get quite a bit done. I am increasing. You can see how it kind of increases out to the side there. Kind of just goes out a little, starting to flare out, because that's where I'm starting to put in his heel. So that's working good. And this sock, let's see, did I do anything on this guy except make a mess? Yeah, I got him ready to go up to the heel also. So I did a few rows there, did a good chunk of rows on there. So he's in pretty good shape. I'm sure I will definitely get these done, and then, as I said, if I don't finish the other pair in time for Christmas, he'll get it afterwards. It'll be fine. Who's going to complain if they get a Christmas present on Christmas and then an extra one a week later, right? No kid that I know. So that's it for the knitting and crochet and embroidery and any of those types of crafts, the fiber crafts. Let's check out the sewing. There's not much in the sewing department either, guys, because as I said, those 2 days full of appointments, nonstop. I was going from 8 in the morning till like 5 at night, and I don't do that anymore. So after spending, what did I do? I did Monday and Wednesday at the doctor's. So by the time Friday came around, I just, you know what? I couldn't do anything. I normally like to do things on, maybe I'll rest a little on a Thursday and do my sewing and stuff. I like to get bags cut out on Friday so that I can sew bags all weekend. Well, I didn't even want to do that. All I wanted to do was sit in my chair and take a nap. So that's what I did. We have to listen to our bodies every now and then and pay attention to what's going on. So you guys, I know you've already seen this, but this counts as what I did this week. This was my main project. I really love the way this turned out so far. Come on. So my big boo banner. This is on my list this week for getting it set up to be quilted. But this is going to be for me, so before I can quilt this, I want to make sure I quilt the pumpkins first because they were in line first. It's their turn. I do have a whole bunch of strips and stuff left over from the jelly roll that I had of this. So I have these. I'm going to use this for the binding. I have a little bit of a strip set left over still. This is what I used. I made the strip set and then I cut it for these little chunks. I don't know if you, they're not really piano key because they're not long enough. So this just little micro border of color all the way around it. I think I just cut them. I believe it was only like 1.5 or 1 3/4 or something like that. So that made it really easy. I just stitched everything together and then just cut it. And as I said, I have all of these left over. And I have a whole bunch of black ones too that I didn't want to put in it because of the black. So this jelly roll had some fun colors in it. So it had nice polka dots in there also. And then just this marbled one. So that will get worked on. That is on the list, but it's unfortunately not at the top of the list. The other sewing I did this week is I worked on some bags. Now if I did anything else, I probably forgot about it, but I really don't think I had time to pull anything else out. I had a custom request for a Cats in the Hat tote bag. So this is the first one I made. I thought, okay, well let me see what it looks like just in one color. I did some crosshatch quilting on it, just a nice little medium gray. I still stuck with this bluish, greenish, whatever color in the center. That goes really well with it. I got the nice quilted handles. I thought, well, that's kind of nice, but I don't really know if I like this dark fabric all in the bag together. So I made another one. And I put that fabric on the bottom, and I think that just changes it up just enough. It seems to calm it down. And as you see, I didn't do a whole bunch of quilting in this. And that really changes the look. This one seems more chaotic with the quilting. And maybe it pulled everything together more, I don't know. This one, you can see all the extra spaces in it. So this one just kind of calms it down for your eyes. I still stuck with the same lining, and I always do some type of stitching on the handle. This one's got 3, and this one's got 4. So that's it for me. Let's look at this guy. Ooh, oh, double O, while we talk. Now, so what is on my agenda for this week coming up? I don't think I have any appointments this week. I do need to run out to the big Walmart tomorrow morning. They had those big giant Sterilite plastic tubs. Now they're showing them on their website that one of my local stores that they're only $2. So if I actually find them there at that price, I'm probably going to pick up 10 of them because that's what I'm going to be putting all the extra stuff in the house. I want to use it to store all of Rob's things in so that once we're ready to move, everything's going to be already packed. Because when you know you're going to move sometime in like a year's time, you have plenty of time ahead of time to take care of things. And we all have things that we keep but we don't use daily. So I thought if I put everything that we just are storing but not using, or at least I'm not using because I'm the only one here, that I'm not going to be using, I put them in the plastic tubs. And if I organize them neatly and I could see through them, if there is something I need, like if I decided to pack up a bunch of kitchen stuff and all of a sudden, Thanksgiving comes around and I realized I packed a turkey platter, then I can always pull it back out of that container. And when we do get ready to move, I can store them neatly now in one of the extra bedrooms, because right now the cats have their own bedroom. They don't need their own bedroom. They can share it with the plastic tubs, right? So I can always put them in there and stack them up neatly in there, not too high, so they tend to jump on plastic tubs, so either need to be high enough that they can't get on it, or low enough when they do get on it, they're not going to knock them over. So I have all my kids' babies, not all their baby clothes, but the ones that were really still in good shape and that were meaningful for us, that we've saved those. And then I have picked up a few baby things over the years that were really too cute not to pick up for our just-in-case grandchildren, for my grandmother's hope chest that I have, where anything that I would want to make or buy for a baby in the future that I kind of stored in there. So when one of the kids do have children, or even if they don't, it's okay. The stuff can still just stay in there. So things like that can get packed away. The kids' toys that I saved from when they were younger that are going to be used for, future children or maybe donate later on, all those can go in tubs. So I thought I'd run out and grab those from Walmart. And I need a haircut. I think it's only been, well, no, it's been a long time. Because I got a haircut just before Rob passed away, and that was in August. So we're already into October. So that's like probably about 9 weeks now, so I'm definitely due for a haircut. But other than that, I think I'm just going to stay at home and work in the craft room and relax my poor old bones and be creative. What am I going to work on in the craft room? No, I don't know. This poor guy is going to get set aside. So I do have a list of custom orders for bags that I need to make. I don't know, maybe like, I might have to make about 10 bags, but some of them are those little triangle pouches. So those are like really small, quick and easy. None of them are very hard to do. So I need to work on all of those. And if I find myself with any time, I pick this pattern up for my daughter Miranda. She wanted a little small cardinal wall hanging, nothing too much. So I picked this one up. Atomic Fibers, their shop is closing down, going out of business. I don't know if they're just going to stick online, but I know their brick and mortar shop is going down. So I picked this up. This is the East Tennessee Shop Hop for 2019, quilting through the year. And January just happened to be a cardinal. So I was able to pick up the entire kit. It comes with all the fabric. All the little things are already cut out. As you can see, all the cardinals cut out and suffusibles already. I don't have to do any of those things. All the little tiny pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and put this together. I probably will this week because I don't need to actually cut out anything. It's all right there. Because this is going to be for her for Christmas, so it'd be nice to get it done. And then it only finishes at 12.5 inches. So we're going to have to see if she wants to have some type of borders, later on next month or so. We can go to Joann's and see if we can build this out a little bit larger for her, if she wants to have something a little bit larger. She just wants a little wall hanging, and she wants a cardinal because cardinals are my grandparents. That was always their thing. They were able to rename their road at one point, so they called it Cardinal Lane. So she has cardinal tattoos and everything, and she's the only one in the family that actually sees cardinals around. You know how they say cardinals are family members that have passed away, that have come back to visit you? So yeah, so she sees cardinals. Nobody wants to come visit poor Mama. That's okay, because Mama's good, and she needs to have that, she really needs to have that connection, I feel, a little bit more than I do. Plus, I'm probably just not in an area where the cardinals hang out, But that is my long list of have to, need to, want tos this week. What are you guys working on? I'm going to guess that we're all going to start getting busy pretty soon. There's a lot of fun things to do. I hear from a lot of different people in the colder areas where there's so many fun things to do at this time of the year. It's still hot down here, and it's a tourist area, and it's all about the beaches and the shopping and the bars. So we don't have fall festivals, and we don't have different events. We might have a couple little things here and there, but a lot of them are geared toward maybe the children about 8 and under. Most things down here are 12 and under or like 16 above. So if you don't fit into those categories, it just doesn't quite work. But that's okay. I have plenty of things to keep me going. I have plenty of autumn and festival things right here in the craft room to work on. So as always, I say, don't forget to create with Scraptitude, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!